In this video, I would like to concentrate a little bit on permissions which are available in Security and Compliance Center. So if you click on the Permissions tab, you'll see some roles which might be interesting, which might be confusing. But anyway, I will try to give you an overview on what it means, with focus just on a couple of basic roles. The first thing you should know is that the global administrator of the tenant always gets a specific role, which is called organization management. If I click on this role, I can see what can people do who have this role, and basically this role has a lot of different permissions, except permissions to search for content. So it kind of makes sense that the global administrator should not be able to search for specific user content by default, but this role is the highest in terms of management. So you can do pretty much everything. You can manage your organization, as you can see from here, but you cannot search for content. So you cannot search for mailboxes or SharePoint sites. Yes, this is the global admin. Another role that might be interesting, it's called eDiscovery Manager. That would be a very useful role if you want to place some mailboxes on hold. For example, if you have a legal case and you want to investigate some data, to search for some data which might be in some mailboxes or in your SharePoint site. This role can be used to do that. And if I click here, there is a description what people can do who have this role. And if you scroll down a little bit, you see the actual assigned roles. So eDiscovery Manager, it's like a combination of all these assigned roles. And if I scroll a little bit lower, I see that there are two actual roles within eDiscovery Manager. One is called eDiscovery Manager, and the other one is eDiscovery Administrator. The main difference is that administrator can view and edit all cases, and the manager can have can view and edit only specific case that has been assigned to him. So if you have a legal investigation in your company and someone gets an eDiscovery Manager role, he would have access to one specific case which is assigned to him only. And of course, eDiscovery Administrator will see all the cases. If you want to separate it, of course, you would need to define different groups, and people in those groups should be assigned respective roles. So this one is a very interesting role. And also, if we look at some standard roles like, let's say, global reader, this role could be used for some kind of an auditor who would go to um, Office 365 security and compliance and then just look at the configuration of Security and Compliance Center. And as you see, this global reader can view report alerts and check the settings. Maybe an architect in your organization might need to have access to this role. And of course, you see it's a combination of all specifically assigned roles. So if you just know these three roles, that would be an easy start. So global reader, eDiscovery manager, and also the organization management. This one, as I mentioned, global administrator, has this role by default. You can also create some custom roles. So if I click here on create and just do test role, then I can choose specific roles, and in this list I can actually see all 42, currently it's 42 roles which are available, and all of them have description here. If you have some questions, just put a comment in this video. I'll try to reply to these questions. And also, yes, you see there is security reader, administrator, view audit, so a lot of roles. Sometimes these roles get more granular, so this number 42 might not be the final number. Maybe in a couple of months it will be increased or decreased. So it's a good practice just to go at least once per month and have a look here to see maybe some roles need to be updated, or if you have some specific compliance requirements which your company should use or should differentiate the roles very granularly, it would make a good sense. So here you can choose which roles should be assigned to this specific custom role that you can later assign to groups or to users in your organization. I hope this has been helpful overview of the roles and permissions in Office 365 Security and Compliance, and thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.